Hey, what's up? This is the man that you all know and love, E. Digger, and as promised, I'm back with my good friend, Mr. Troy Burton, the Executive Director of the UB Blake Cultural Arts Center. If you're ever in historic Mount Vernon area, make sure you come here, check out all the beautiful scenery. Right now, we are in the room. Talk about a little bit about this area that we're in now.
This space here is called UB Live. It's a concept that I have about here at the UB Blake Center, having a performance space that is live. In order to do anything in this room, it has to be live, as opposed to recorded or anything like that. It's just a venue where it has to be live, but it reflects the art form of jazz. That's why it's decorated with so much jazz art and also album covers, because you know jazz is the true classical music of America, so we need to preserve that and make sure that it's always seen. And I always like to tell people that jazz is the grandparent of hip hop, what we're listening to now. So you gotta always go back to the source.
Love it. And also joining with me is my good friend. We go way back, brother. Dominic Christian. You are the assistant executive director here at UB Blake. And with every great mentor, teacher, great influence, it captures the eye of a budding youth talent. And with that being said, I introduce the viewers to Mr. Dominic Christian. Tell the viewers a little bit about you and how did you become the assistant director here at UB?
Well, I would say it's more of an formal assistant director. I would say more so that I'm an assistant to the director. Okay. But I got my start back in 1996 as part of the UB Blake Youth Program. They were doing a lot of musicals up at Coppin State College.
Yes.
And so that youth program was actually one of my first jobs that I've ever had. And so UB Blake has had a special place in my heart through the years, and I've always come back and done what I can, you know, to add to the atmosphere, you know, and whatever I can bring to the table, I'm willing to do that.
Wow. You are a seasoned actor.
In a way of speaking, in a manner of speaking.
Appearing in numerous productions. Are you still performing? Or?
I haven't performed in many years. I'm more of a behind the scenes person now. Okay. Stage, managing, lighting, and sound.
I've first seen you, Dominic, in the West Side Story.
First production.
The shout out to Liberty, who took me with her to see that, and that was my first time seeing you.
Okay.
Because you would always hang around with us, and I would always see you either singing, you acting, but actually seeing you on the stage, man, it was like, whoa. But so you now behind the scenes. Talk about your role here. What do you do as an assistant to the director?
Basically, all of the administrative work that a secretary would do, for the most part. I keep up with the rentals. You know, we rent out space for various people throughout the city and outside of the city. A lot of people would like to host, need a venue for weddings.
Yes, I want to cut in with that. So if you want to catch us, you can always have the UB Blake Center for weddings, baby showers, birthday parties. We've even had memorial services here. You name it, any type of event that you need a prime space, check us out. Call and talk to Dominic. Sorry about that.
Oh, hey.
You gotta get a plug in.
Yeah, so, and also, developing memorandums for the board members and sitting in on board meetings, you know, and trying to get an idea of how to rebuild UB. And that's not to say that it's down right now, but we're trying to bring back the luster that used to be here. Okay.
I want to add something to that because at one time the UB Blake Center was under the city of Baltimore, under the Urban Services program, and through different administrations and the funding being cut, the UB Blake Center has become a private, non-profit. So we are responsible for generating our own income to stay open. And so you get very little money in the arts now, and when there's money out here to be distributed among nonprofits. The arts nonprofits are always the last one because a lot of times people think that the arts, that's something important to have, but not enough important to give full funding to. So we have to survive on our own. That's one of the reasons why we rent the space, and rentals are extremely important here to keep us open so we can do all the other cultural arts, visual and performing arts things that we do here.
Yes, yes. Now, do you think at this moment right now that you reunited with your mentor, talk about that feeling, that
Well, a lot of people, a lot of our friends know that I moved out of Baltimore and moved to Florida, and I've been gone for the past 10 years.
okay.
And so to come home and not only be able to be reunited with Troy, but to be reunited with friends and family and see that they're doing something positive, you know, and trying to uplift the youth. You know, that really warms my heart. And to see the building here still functioning, and to see different programs like Muse 360 and Kior Kaligi, which is African dance, you know, and them bringing youth into the building and just doing something positive. So it's a really heartwarming feeling.
Troy, your feelings on just reuniting with your, how can I put it, your successor, so to speak.
Reuniting with Dominic is a special thing because when you meet somebody when they're at an age of their eyes are wide open and they're trying to learn, find their way in life, and then to be able to reconnect and say, hey, you know, you probably could do something here. You have all the skills. Come and nurture your skills, and to see that, you know, somebody who's cut their teeth on this organization, that they're moving ahead and say, hey, I can also come in and do the administrative thing. But I'll also add a side note. It's extremely important that African American males in the city of Baltimore take a role in leadership because we don't see that. I personally walk into a lot of meetings, and a lot of arts organizations are run by females. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
But there is an absence of African American men in leadership roles. So if we're saying we want to mentor someone, how do we do that if there are no role models for these young guys coming up, these young African American kids coming up, if there are no role models, if they don't see somebody running something and running it successfully and professionally?
Yes.
And so we have a problem here lacking in that area. So it's wonderful when I can connect and bring on someone to assist me who's an African American male with his eyes wide open and full of positivity and ready to just say, hey, I can grow, let me get in here and do what I can do.
And what's even better is, you know,
Yeah. You know, so sometimes you can say something that you really feel and you can say, okay, if I ruffle your feathers a little bit, but that's all right, we can talk it out. Because we have those moments in the office where I come in and I say, no man, that's not the way it's supposed to be. He just put his head down. Instead of having an attitude problem or anything like that, he put his head down, breathe, and say, hey, how can I make this right? And I think that's important. Yeah.
that's remarkable. To see both of you right here, you used to say to us a lot, I'm with Troy, I'm hanging with Troy, I'm gonna be down so-and-so with Troy. At that time, we didn't understand, but as you grow, you learn.
Yeah, definitely.
When those moments happen, just being with him, talk about that experience. Do you feel that just by being with him, he have exposed you to a lot of things?
Definitely. Troy has opened up a lot of doors for me. Gigs around the city, you know, and I would not have been able to get in the door, you know, as a teenager during that time, you know. I was green, you know, so everything that I've learned is from my experiences with working with Troy, you know, and to bring all of those experiences and talent into one building and to be able to build on that, it's amazing. It's amazing, and yeah, we have a long way to go, you know, but I see a positive future, definitely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, these next three questions are for the both of you just wanted to get your thoughts and your opinions on these questions. What are your thoughts on the arts here in Baltimore? Are they supported or not?
I think a lot of it, what's happening in Baltimore right now, has to do with audience development. We've gone away from having a lot of arts within our school system. And that's where you first learn how to be an audience, is when you take that class trip to somewhere. And in that audience development, and I just reflect on what Dominic said, talking about me being the mentor and all of that. I had great teachers. I had great mentors. Dr. Nathan Carter at Morgan State University, Jill Churn at Douglas High School, great mentors, Sam Wilson at Arena Players. So what I'm giving now and doing now is because someone gave it to me. So I just think the arts currently in Baltimore, it's important to develop audiences, and it's important to understand there is no such thing as this is the black theater, this is the black center, that's the white center, that's the Native American center, and, the whole multicultural thing within the city now. That's what's happening. So as long as we continue to educate audiences and show audiences how to be a great audience and a consumer of the arts, I think we'll grow.
To add to that, I just believe that it is supported, yes, but at the same time, it takes the community to build on it. A lot of times we look to our politicians and members of law enforcement to make things better, but it takes the people of the community to build a more positive outlook on the arts. With the recession and everything, a lot of funding has went down, for the arts. So it takes not only private organizations, but each individual to come in and say, I want to do this, and it doesn't always have to be financial. You can be a volunteer, just standing around watching the door or looking over children. You have to bring yourself into the arts environment and do something positive.
Just to add on to what both of you said, especially what you said, a lot of people assume that, you're right, the politicians or the law enforcement, certain people need to make that change. But little do you know, you yourself can make that change if you volunteer some of your time, if you donate some of your money. Not all the time it have to be someone else.
So just buy a ticket and show up.
It's real simple. What do you hope to accomplish in the next few years here?
I always got a vision. Right now, there are 3 levels of the center that's actually developed. Up here in the 4th floor of UB Live, we've just released our first live recording. We've done 2 of them, but we've released the first one. Okay. The next level I want to do is to build some type of audio and visual production within our basement, where we have a recording studio and an actual space where we can film things. So that it fuses a lot of technology into what we do here with the visual performing art. So the basement is the next thing. To do a full-size kitchen, and be able to supply maybe like space for other small organizations to have offices here, and give birth to some new ones that there may be another purpose that needs to be served. But I really want to build a recording studio here and have young people be able to come here and learn how to build a business.
My vision is to bring the center into the 21st century, more updated.
You say we're not in the 21st century?
I'm saying I want to see more updated exhibits. I want to see interactive exhibits. Things that when children come in, it captures their eye. And they can touch it and move it around, and things that's going to keep children interested and say, hey, every weekend talk to their parents and say, hey, can we go back to the UB Blake Center? Because I want it to be not only informative, but I want it to be fun for them. So I want to bring in interactive exhibits for the children and just give them something where it makes their eyes glow when they look at it.
My last question is, how has it been working with each other here at UB?
It's been pretty much, been an educational experience for me because as director for the past 9 years, a lot of times I have to do it all. And it's wonderful to have someone that can come in and sometimes say, I have that, and something you don't have to think about that. Let me take care of that. Having someone to work with you closely who has initiative, because that's so important. I've had other assistants, wonderful people, but having an assistant who has initiative is extremely important because you're destined, you're going to move forward.
Yeah, I'm going through that now, initiative to just take it and run with it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like that. You know, the worst thing I could say is no. My yeses outweigh my no. So just pick it up. Yes, just pick it up and do your thing. You know, whatever it benefits the cause. Same question.
It's a growing experience. You know, again, like I said, I've been away for some time, so I'm getting to know Troy once again, and not only as a friend, but as a boss. Okay. You know, so it takes a little while. You know, I've been back since September, and so it takes a little while to get into the groove of things. You know, and sometimes I might want to go one way with something, and he says, no, do it this way. You know, and I may feel like, hey, well, this way is much better. But as Troy has always taught me, do it the way it's been going. Show me that you can do it that way, and then we'll work on seeing if this way works for everybody, because it's not just about me, it's about everyone as a whole.
Yeah, just ease into it, so to speak. Okay. Give out all pertinent information. Where can people call? How can people come down? All of that information.
You can reach us. We're here at the UB Blake Center. First of all, by phone, which is the 20th Century way, 410-225-3130, and then I'll let him give you the 21st Century way.
You can reach us by email at ubblake.rcn.com. You can also find us on YouTube at ubblake. What other accounts do we have? We have a UB Blake Twitter account.
Facebook.
21st
Century. Man.
Look it up. We're moving forward. And if you ever need a venue for any birthday party, wedding, what have you, you can dial 410-462-4361. That's my direct line. Hit me up.
Or 410-225-3130. And you can also hit us on our website as well at ubblake.org and send us information to contact us.
Wow.
And also get on our mailing list because we do send out monthly, quarterly, and special event notices.
Wow. Yeah. It has been my honor to sit down with you. A hard person to catch hold of. But you wear many hats and you do your thing. It's an honor to sit down with you and see you grow, man.
Thank you.
A real big honor for me. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, historic Mount Vernon area. If you ever in the area, if you're planning a trip, come down to the UB Blake Cultural Arts Center, look around, ask questions, look at the beautiful artwork, get a chance to talk to Troy, get a chance to talk to Dominic. Full of information. If you have a venue, if you need a venue, come right here. You got all the information. Phenomenal place. Hey, make sure you tune in every Sunday to my show, the Charm City Direct Radio Show, on the station where music must be played, MMBP Radio, every Sunday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The man that you all know and love, E. Digger, and you've been watching the Charm City Direct TV edition. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with more Charm City Direct TV.